Welcome back, Baco Motorsports Power Hour, the Bakersfield Speedway segment. I'm Mike Griffith. I'm here with David Sullivan, announcer extraordinaire.
It's good to be back, Mike.
Scott Schweitzer's taking care of some business. Apparently, there's little stuff went on at the track last week, so he's
handling it.
He's handling it. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But you were out there. How was the racing last weekend, David?
Racing was good. We had some good tight races, interesting races, and of course in the mini stocks, Lonnie Spiller, she won the feature by maybe an inch and a half, and beating Shannon Tridy to the line. And at that point, she had the championship sewed up, so that was pretty exciting.
That's pretty good.
And Sport Mods was always good. And, Wayne Dotson winning. You're bringing him back, and Wayne Dotson winning. I think that was great.
And there you go. That's his third win of the year. I know that off the top of my head because he had two. And when you get three, you're on the all-area team, and now he's on the all-area team.
There we go.
So there's another guy on the all-area team.
There we go.
Good for Wayne.
Yeah.
Tom Mockty was everywhere this weekend.
He must have been everywhere. And I saw him there Saturday night. I don't know how he goes from Friday, Saturday, over to KCRP. He's just probably at the drag strip, too.
Yeah, he was at the drag strip, too, Saturday and Sunday. So he was at KCRP, and so at the drag strip at Bakersfield Speedway. These are from the IMCA modified race, which Robbie Sawyer there won in Victory Circle. He's happy getting his picture taken, and basically he made a last lap pass of Scott Pounds in turns 1 and 2.
Turns 1 and 2.
As typical of what we call a slide job.
Absolutely.
He went. Scott was up high. Robbie went down low. He drifted up high, hit Scott. Robbie had the momentum coming off of turn 2 and won the race and pulled in the victory lane. And Robbie finished first. Scott Pounds was second. Rob Sanders third. Ricky Childress, who is on the verge of the championship, he just has to basically start Saturday night's race.
Yeah.
He has finished fourth. But anyway, plenty of drama there. Scott and Robbie had words for one another.
Yeah. Now, when I watched, I was obviously calling the race, and I saw the contact, but I didn't go like, what? What's going on there? I was an incidental contact on a slide job. He didn't have him cleared, and the driver on the outside has the opportunity to break out of it or power in and possibly wrecking both of them. And so it hit the left front of Scott's car. Scott obviously wasn't pleased about that, and that's where the conversation ensued.
He hit the right rear of Robbie's car.
Well, he came back, and so, I kind of stayed out of it. I sent my partner Brian Smith down to interview everybody. And,
for those who I did not put up the. I should have. I forgot to. The low-budget TV guys were there filming the race. So they have the last couple laps of the race, a slide job, and they have the little yelling at each other and the two interviews at the end of the race. We have that on the if you go to the Facebook, the Baco Motorsports Power Hour Facebook page, that is on there, and it's been viewed like 40,000 or 50,000 times. So
yeah, there was a lot of fans for Scott Pounds, and I think we were all pulling for his first victory since he's been back. I mean, he's got hundreds and hundreds of championships. An early 1990 national IMCA champion. But, and I'm sure that was on Scott's mind too. He was leading every lap. He had a very strong car, started from the front row. And so when that ensued, Scott had a difference of opinion with Robbie Sawyer. They had a conversation. I thought they were talking about the picnic the next day. They weren't. But so they've had other conversations Sunday, not together. And like I said, we hope that's the end of it. Because it was a good race. It was a great race. And Ricky Childress coming literally from nowhere to get a fourth place, a podium finish. He understands that he's going to win the championship. He doesn't need to win the race, and so he stayed in a position there and finally crept up and got fourth place, so it was really good for him.
Yeah, because he leads Roger Holder by 32 points, but it's basically 40 points to start. You show up.
Yeah.
You show up, he's got the championship. So, got lots to talk about. We'll go into the sport mods here. Which obviously Wayne Dotson comes away, and he doesn't race very often.
No.
He's only raced a handful of races. So
yeah, he comes back, a strong car, and it was a very popular win for Wayne. Of course, Nick Spainhard, who is third place in points, but he's down a ways. He won't increase. Brylan Holder, who's second place in points, and so third place there. Joey Dominguez, a guy started this year in Sport Mods at the urging of Robbie Sawyer, doing a pretty good year. So.
Yeah, Chris McKellar finished seventh there. He's got a 23-point
Yeah.
lead over Brylan Holder. So once again, 40 points to win. Just, as soon as you start the main event, you've won the
Yeah,
championship.
and I think that was on his mind. He had really no place to go. He was mired back. He started 12th place, and he just couldn't get through. So instead of, wrecking the car or wrecking someone else, and he kind of found the positions when he could get, but he knew overall he's going to come back this weekend. Okay, he starts, and he'll be the track champion.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do if you're Chris McCullough is to end up in something and destroy a front clip or a rear clip with a week to go and you don't have a race car.
Absolutely, and it really chews into those points, like as we saw in the IMCA stock Saturday night.
Right.
With Steven Johnson pulling off the track.
So
And,
I think that might be what do we have next?
There it is
yes,
there.
we do. And Steven Johnson has won 9 races
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
Has dominated this and was a mechanical issue?
Had a mechanical issue. And keep in mind that Troy Petit, last year's champion, he was only 8 points behind, even though Steven Johnson has 9 victories. Steven had a couple of terrible races at the beginning of the season. So he pulls off, he gets back on, salvages the 5th place, and there's 5 points to separate Steven Johnson and Troy Petit for this Saturday night.
Right, and that's kind of amazing when you think about that because if Mike Hill Jr. getting the win there, so a good win for Mike. And Troy Petit, you think about, but that's because points are awarded on a 1-point difference on IMCA
Yes.
stuff. And with these with the IMCA stock cars, which generally don't have any more than 10 cars, you don't gain a lot of points. You don't lose a lot of points.
Yeah, exactly. And with the car count small, like I said, if he went out, but I
now
promise you, Saturday night, Steven Johnson and the crew from JR Motorsports going to go through that car all week long, make it bulletproof. But Troy Petit, he's consistent, and that's what makes him so good. That's what makes him last year's track champion. That's what got him a 2nd place Saturday night.
Okay, then I think what else did we have there? We had the mini stocks, and that was the last race of the season for the mini stocks.
Yeah, Lonnie Spiller, she needed to be 11th or better, and about halfway through the race, a right front tire goes down. So she has to pull off the track at the next caution, got back on, started the tail end of the field, Mike, and then as she's coming through the field, the last corner, Shannon Tridy has led everything, and she's doing a terrific job. And here comes Lonnie Spiller, and Lonnie Spiller beats her by maybe 2 inches at the line. So she won the race, and she obviously won the championship.
Well, there you go. And we have one more result here, and then we'll get into what's going on. This is the Lightning Sprint, and Bobby
Miknovich
got the win there.
Yeah, he just was so strong. He just powered it out. In the heat race, he was gone. And in the main event, by lap 2. It was funny. Sitting in the stands was Alex Gregorius, who would be normally running in this, but he had a medical condition on his heart, and he can't race the rest of the year. And I kind of just stumbled onto him. And so he was giving me a lot of information about some of the other drivers. But a great turnout for these guys, and always exciting racing when you see wings on the dirt.
And then this weekend we got the final points races for IMCA modified sport mods, IMCA stocks, which we've talked all about those.
Right.
I didn't update this slide here. And American stocks, hobby stocks. And whether the point races are, the hobby stocks is pretty much set, I believe, with Mike Hill Jr.'s got a 14-point lead. Thanks. Aaron Stewart sent me all these. He broke them down. So he's got 14 points up on Chris Settlemeyer. So that's 7 positions. Aaron Stewart's 3rd. He's 18 points back. So he would need two guys to have bad nights. But as we saw in the modified race, Settlemeyer is really still in this.
Oh, Settlemeyer is very much. And remember, last time we had the hobby stocks, Mike Hill Jr. broke.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe the car. They built such a great, solid car there, but he had some bad luck. And so it really goes down to that last lap when the checker flag falls and sees where it all irons out. We've seen this before.
Seen that before. In closest points race, we've got about a minute left here. American stocks. Dakota Brown, 10 points up on Trevor Baker, and 4 points behind them. Is 4 points up on Trevor Baker.
Yeah.
10 points back is Nicholas Johnson.
Yeah.
So a 3-way battle there. Once again, Nicholas would have to have 2 drivers have bad luck.
Right.
But this is racing. Anything can happen. And that's going to be a heck of a race.
It will be. Trevor won the last race. Dakota had a problem, but Dakota's been strong. There's a reason why he's in the points lead. He's been strong. Trevor Baker, a good team, but like I said, it'll be an exciting race. All night will be, but the IMC stocks, American stocks, will be interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think the American stock race. Get your ticket now.
Yeah.
Get out there, Bakersfield Speedway, 7 o'clock. Last 7 o'clock start. And we'll see you out there on Saturday night, and we'll see you back here or Scott Schweitzer next week.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike.
Okay. Thanks for joining us on the Baco Motorsports Power Hour. We'll be back a week from now with more.